Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Horn of the Abyss. It's the Forged in Fire campaign. Take 2 of this episode, because I was an idiot. But enough of that. Let us trade with Boyd. We're going to make use of a strategy I sort of developed beforehand. We're going to take off this Charm of Mana too, so we can meet up with Henrietta in a bit. But for now, Boyd's going to be rocking around with just the skeletons and the enchanters, and we're going to be taking his ghost dragons, handing them over to Frederick. We might as well take the Orgoi Korkoi as well. I think we might leave the armadillos on Boyd though. Or possibly just hand them over to Henrietta. That does result in a reduced morale penalty, so that does have some benefit. Is there anything in here that's morale boosting? No, we gave all our morale artifacts away, sadly. Nonetheless, we can carry on. For now, we can actually hand over this Shield of the Damned to Boyd. That should be fine. So, the strategy for defeating this Malathi person here. Yep. One of these things as a kid, I never really got the difference in the pronunciation between the F and the TH. I just always say the same syllable for both, even though there's that subtle difference. Nonetheless, this woman needs to die. And of course, we're going to need a bigger army for that. It's just as simple as that. Henrietta's troops are required to make this fight a success. So we're going to be utilising her and Tancred. Tancred will be the main one actually transferring the army over, but we might as well bring Henrietta down as well, because there are some sort of wandering heroes that are going to make themselves known, like this heiress person's pretty close to the Cyan two-way, so we just need to make sure that we can head off the aggression from these, it's really harassment rather than aggression, anything, quite pathetic heroes. But nonetheless, so Boyd's handed off his dragons to Frederick, so for now he's a little bit unencumbered. But let's check out this white 2A sea portal, which I think I failed to notice earlier. And Frederick is sort of just going to sit around and wait for a while until Henrietta and company show up. There's not a huge amount to do. We could kill the wood elves, for example. I might as well do that while we're waiting. So, it's going to take a little while, like basically a week's journey to get the troops from Burton over to Frederick, but, it's what we need to do to win the mission, so that's what we're doing. And, who knows? I'm sure we can deal with all these remaining problems and threats. So, Tancred might as well be the one to be the advanced party here, because he's actually got the expert logistics as well. So, we're basically going to just be handing over everything though. Except the armadillos, which we can keep on Henrietta, because those will be staying behind. And yes, we shall charge forward with Tancred towards this Cyan two-way portal, and Henrietta will follow suit. Actually, I think next turn we might have her transfer any remaining artifacts. Like these mana artifacts should be going to Frederick, so we can finally combine them and make that Wizard's Well. Here's the other part of that Cyan 2. It's how we got here. My bad. Well, if that reminds me, this School of Magic will need to be visited by everyone. So, okay. In the meantime, then, let's just do some sailing. We won't need Boyd around, but we can afford to do some sailing. There's a garrison there in the ocean. So we do have Sam here on her way to collect various creatures. We've also got Rathmont here, who's also doing much the same. So let's hire those red dragons. We'll go and slay them over here. Todd will just sit tight for the time being, as will Bertram. Let's continue. I've been itching to play some HotA, to be honest. It's been a one skeleton perishing. That's not acceptable. It's just been a busy time of late. You know how it can be. And I did have to think about how we're going to defeat this threat. There we go, save the skeleton. Got 2 more skeletons now. They're in trouble. We have found another landmass and another lighthouse here, which is interesting. Let's continue Frederick exploring in this direction. It is something that he can do while we're waiting. Do we wish to engage the Wood Elves? Not really. We don't need to, so why bother? We might as well just carry on. As for these two, as I was saying, we do need to transfer over some of these precious artifacts. Maybe even the slow scroll. Depends if Henrietta's going to be doing any fighting, really. Yeah. Well, for now that should be sufficient. Tancred can hop into the portal. We'll head over this way. This quest guide, of course, requires the defeat of that hero. But that being said, we can't actually cross over here anyway because of this tiny little plant blocking the way. We have to go around this way. So, it is what it is, eh? Okay. So we want to murder the wights and the dragons. Excellent. Actually, we could probably get the Walking Dead and murder those as well. That'd be a good idea. Henrietta. There's 28 pirates here. Could potentially be doing some upgrades. Maybe. Why not? We do need more troops. Speaking of troops, we'll grab the enchanters. You can hang tight. There's a swarm of sea dogs guarding this lighthouse. Okay. Let's see what else we can find. Nothing here. There's a Shrine of Magic Incantation in the water. That could be useful. Here is a swarm of steel golems guarding this lighthouse. This lighthouse actually will be useful. So let's take it. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. There's no morale to worry about with these steel golems after all. Which I still think were very faithfully ported over from... Oh, the gunslingers are doing very well, aren't they? Very faithfully ported over from Heroes 2. Consuming that corpse, of course, allows us to attack twice. If that will even be necessary, because we do have rather powerful gunslingers. Yeah. The second attack seals the deal. And we can claim this lighthouse, which will allow Boyd to move that little bit faster each turn. Now we'll head up and access this Pandora's box, check out the Seer's hut. Zounds of Minotaur Kings might be a bit of a harder fight. We'll see about that one. But as for now, we're going to continue having the army move over. Eris is up here being a minor annoyance, but it shouldn't be a problem, really. We could just let him do his thing. And we'll carry on with Tancred towards Frederick. Yeah. As for Rathmont, we will pick up the Dead of Walking. We'll slaughter them next turn. But you could really... This guy could really just be sitting here permanently, honestly, because there's like sandworms here we need to hire, and there's a whole bunch of things to do. Maybe Sam should assist in this regard. She hasn't actually visited a rally flag yet, so we can have her do that. Like so. And of course Henrietta grabbing the pirates, which we shall train up into being gunslingers. This is a Shrine of Bless. Bless is an interesting choice. I think Henrietta doesn't actually know Bless, so we could have her visit that shrine to gain the spell. She has an excellent movement over the wasteland even, so despite having these pirates slowing her down, she'll be able to upgrade them shortly. Let's have Sam make her way down with these enchanters. And Rathmont. Let's murder the Walking Dead. Getting a nice stack of skeletons forming here. And then we'll move up and we'll upgrade these. I do think it may well be a permanent thing that Rathmont and Sam will be working on, but we shall see. Todd will move over to the watering place now to get bonus movement on the next day. This derelict ship. Let's visit that. We're probably going to get slapped by one of these. Actually, position ourselves here should be fine. Because enchanters, despite looking completely like mages, actually have no melee penalty for some reason. So they could actually slap with the rest of them. Quite impressive, really. Oh, lost a skeleton. I guess I halved our losses. Oh yeah. Let's see what else we can find. This would be a way for Boyd to land. Good to know. For now, I'm not too fussed. We can just keep doing these little adventure map objects. Alright, Frederick. 60 spell points in the Pandora's box, okay. In the Seer's hut. Upon approaching the hut, you stop in indecision. Piles of bones and old armour are scattered around. What happened here? The answer comes once you find scraps of an old diary in the bone piles. Everything went even better than we expected. We have successfully created our first ghost dragons. Our brothers in the guild keep saying this is madness. They think the dragons we animated could turn on us. What nonsense! I wish I could see their faces when... The writing comes to an abrupt end. Apparently, the monsters the Liches created proved to be too much for them to handle after all. As you look around, you suddenly notice a number of ghost dragons perched upon the cliffs, watching you closely. Perhaps Boyd can find some common ground with them. Maybe so. The ghost dragons are watching you. They seem as though they're ready to attack any minute, so it'd be wise to avoid provoking them. Fair enough, well, Boyd, you've got a job after all. Let's see if we can fight the Zounds of Minotaur Kings. That sounds like a good time. Zounds, eh? We may need the reinforcements first, however. So, it's a little bit of a detour doing this section, but at least we'll open this up soon, and well, at least we'll clear the area, I guess, and Boyd can come here and pick up the seer. Okay. Let's end turn. Week of the Dog. Henrietta's not yet punished. Let's train up some more gunslingers. We'll need to use the trading post to get more gems and sulfur, but so far it's working out just fine. We'll also have her pick up some halflings. So, Sam. She can meet up with Tancred if we need her to. That being said, I don't know if we're going to be bringing the enchanters to the siege, because honestly it's going to all die to arrow towers anyway. Someone needs to hold on to them though. Either way, we'll upgrade the ghost dragons. Yes, there's still more to do here. Okay. Could grab the alchemist lab at some point as well. For now, I'll keep tracking on. The smallest amount of whites are apparently still proving to be a problem. Oh yes. Conserving the skeletons. Feels good. More water elementals. Let's follow the same strategy. Hiding in the corner with the hordes of skeletons. The sneakiest of skeletons. And I like how the enchanters just manage to cast slow, you know, it's kind of ridiculous. Excellent. More skeletons. And we can even land with some spare movement. Let's do so now. It's important for us to get access to whatever this is. I don't actually know, by the way, so... This fight may prove to be a bit silly, though, without the additional units. So let's see. Is this a bit silly? We are going to need to start with the advanced slow. We do have dragons, which, you know, it's got to count for something, right? Alright, so everyone's just going to wait to start off with. We're probably just going to be doing things like casting quicksand. We have the spell points. There's that good morale that the Minotaur Kings are known for. The happiest of horrible monsters. Alright, well, either way we can still gun them down. So is there a space on the right-hand side that's safe to access? Not yet. What about if we cast that quicksand I was mentioning? I still think it's not quite safe to venture forth. At least we shall carry on for the time being. Dodging the quicksand so far. We may have to mass haste and just bolt. Guess we'll see. Oh, it's just clone. The Ghost Dragon should be able to finish off this stack. Or at least do convincing enough damage. Yeah, I'm not enjoying how dodgy this is looking. Well, let's, I guess, put the armadillos in harm's way. Is there purpose? Now, the clones absorb one attack, that's excellent. Cannon's destroyed, oh no. I don't like how these result. Let's try this again. Let's try the quicksand strats immediately, shall we? Maybe it's not enough quicksand. That piece worked. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. We need the slow. Alright. Slow it up. We got a siege to get to after all anyway. What about if we draw the enemies towards the south by placing the dragon in a tempting position? I think that has merit. As long as none of them just decide to be happy. That's luring them to a much more stable position. I like that. Goes to show that positioning makes a big difference, eh? Let's cast, well, we don't have Sorrow on this character. Let's see. I think it's probably safe to cast the Quicksands now. It's now going to be more of an interference. That may have not been the best move, but we shall see. Let's let them move. They're all perfectly walking around the one bit of quicksand. Oh, you managed to catch some. Well done. Okay, we get some nice solid shots here. Okay, let's quicksand again. And then we try to lure them back. Dodging the quicksand pieces. Oh, not the first aid tent. But then the quicksand gets him. Oh, yes. Alright, Armadillos, time to fight. Pounce upon the 15 stack. There we go. Okay, it's time to clone. If we leave the 26 stack alive, it's going to go after the clones, right? I'm going to position myself here. Nope, no, it decided it was better to block those. The quicksand almost saved us. Oh well. Armadillos are the expendable ones. Oh, the bad morale. Who has bad morale at a time like this? There we go. I'm okay at 39 armadillos, because now we get the Pendant of Courage. Responding to cries for help, you find river sprites, making sport of dunking an old man. Feeling vengeful, you rescue the man and drag a sprite onto dry land for a while. The sprite, uncomfortable in the air, gives you a magic pendant to let him go. This, of course, is a nice boost to morale and luck. An excellent artifact for Boyd, frankly. We may hand that over to him. It's time for Frederick to make his way over to Rotunda, and we can start making that happen. Let's have Sam work on the sandworms for the time being, shall we? Todd, of course, will do his usual resource collection shenanigans, as he's wont to do. And Tancred will continue to reinforce the army. Excellent. As it is a new week, of course, Bertram has things to do. He can collect some mechanics, collect the sulfur or the gold from the prospector. We'll go to the automatons as well. The gunslingers will probably languish for a little while, but that's okay. There are enemies approaching, and they have actually managed to find the sea witches, so we'll need to be like mildly careful, just mildly. Don't think they're close enough to prove an actual threat. And we can then start recruiting the various troops in Burton itself. Okay. Onward, Frederick. Naturally, it's quite the slow going. At least Boyd here can access this oasis and go here. Realizing that Boyd has also been raised as undead against his will, the Dragons express their willingness to join your army. You head for the hut, as there may yet be something of value left there. 5 ghost dragons. In the hut you see sets of enchanted armor, but apparently they only fit the undead. Would you like to equip Boyd and his army of armor? Sure. Just plus 5 defense skill. Boyd is slowly turning out to be quite the powerhouse in terms of stats. Like, he's easily got double Frederick's defense skill. I mean, obviously the Shield of the Damned is contributing a lot, but, you know, quite the primary stat machine. And of course he does bring offense and armor, so who knows, maybe he will be the one to do some more significant fights. Let's transfer over the Ghost Dragons. And, we might as well take the Magic Courage for the time being, even though it does reduce our Necromancy slightly. It does mean, the Enchanters won't be sad. Which is nice, I guess. Let's carry on. Boyd can go back in the boat. Frederick shall continue his adventures. Henrietta. Let's pour some of these resources into crystal and gems. Actually, we can do a bit more on the gems. There we go. Upgrade some more of these here pirates. Now we'll get these sandworms purchased. Of course, we can then upgrade those to Orgoy Korkoy. Todd, off to the Warehouse of Crystal, then it's to the Prospector, then the Warehouse of Mercury. Rathmont, of course, will continue his undead shenanigans. For now, there's not too much of a reason Tancred not just to sit here with the army. Like, he's basically done his job. I suppose he can start on the way back next turn. And Frederick will meet up here-ish. Yeah, I sort of suspected things are going slowly enough over there with Eris here. It would suck to lose the gunslingers, so it is probably time to do something about this issue. That being said, like, outside of Burton itself, I don't think this army's big enough. Inside Burton, I have no problem. But outside, it might be a little bit of a concern. So let's just stay out of harm's way for the time being. I mean, Henrietta could take the fight quite easily. I guess it may just be her job. Like, once she's upgraded these guys, grab the rally flag, head up to town, grab some reinforcements, deal with the problem. Alright, Boyd, get it back on your boat. Let's go sailing. Alright, Frederick. Tancred. Let's transfer these units that we desperately need to hand over. We'll take the armadillos off you. That seems like a decent formation. Alright. Frederick is slightly body blocked by 1 square, but that's fine. Alright, Henrietta. Let's make these guns. We're slightly low on, slightly not enough people, but we've done it. We shall now dismiss these pirates to stop slowing us down. I mean, Alagar might take these 7 pirates, but we don't care about that. We don't care. So, Burton itself is, of course, just fine. If need be, we can always have this woman here shoot some magic arrows out. Oops, sorry. Back! So someone has asked if I'm going to be upgrading to the newest version of HotA. in the near future? And the answer is I have already. But I just need to be able to upgrade, finish the mission, and then the next mission should be using the updated maps, which apparently have been much improved, taking into account people's feedback. And this person is slowly making his way over to Burton, but Henrietta's going to be absolutely on time to deal with the threat, with an abundance of troops. Let's have Henrietta step out for a moment. Bertram can step in, upgrade the halflings into grenadiers, and we'll just hand those over as well. He'll then make his way over to where he belongs. And Henrietta is not quite able to deal with this problem, but she can at least body block the area. It'd like minorly suck to lose Bertram, but it's not the biggest deal. Actually, it's probably best she just sits here for the time being. Yeah. Something like that would be sufficient. Okay. Tancred can go back to base. Can start coordinating reinforcements. I need to figure out how I'm going to chain all these units, really, because there's so many external dwellings and things to work on, like... You know, I've got the Orgoi Korkoi stuff, I've got the undead stuff over here. It's like, there's a lot to sort of logistically plan out, right? Because... What Rathmont's doing here, he could literally just be doing all game and never actually go anywhere, so... Like, by the time he gets to this stables, it's going to be the next week already. So... There's certainly lots to do. We're going to be improving our morale and luck. Well, that's not quite what I wanted. I guess it's neutral luck, not the biggest deal. Alright. Prospector. Warehouse of Mercury. I know the video's going to be a touch long, but I want to actually get to the fight this episode, because I've sort of been faffing around a bit. The zounds of Minotaur Kings took a little bit longer than I anticipated. It will be okay. Oh no, Bertram. Oh no. Alright, Henrietta. Let's deal with this nonsense. The enemy has fled without any further problems. Easy. Excellent. Minorly rubbish to lose Bertram, but that's okay. We can replace him with Celestine here, or Floybert. Celestine has more units. And is actually, like, a half-decent hero with the earth magic and logistics, so probably better for the job that Bertram was doing. So, not to throw shade at the man, but, you know, some people are just built different. We're going to grab one automaton. Just so that she can sit on that. Boyd. This usual shenanigans. The Enchanter stack has actually been quite useful for Boyd here. It helps when they get morale as well. Was the positive reinforcement helpful? Who knows? Either way, we didn't lose any skeletons. There's that Pendant of Courage already helping. Okay, so we need Malathi to be killed, because this is just yet another case. Also, a swarm of champions guarding the shipyard. Just casually a swarm. The mystical, or the magical, soothing beauty of the mermaids reaches you and your crew. Briefly, you forget your worries and bask in the beauty of the moment. The mermaid's charms bless you with increased luck for your next combat. How nice. Alright, we're almost ready to attack. Almost. And this time, it should actually be successful, which would be, you know, perish the thought, I know, but quite a magic moment, some might say. Alright, well, let's just have Rathmont make his way down. He does have reinforcements for Boyd. I guess Tancred might be the one to do a bit of backwards and forwards. Todd's just about finished his adventures. He can go back to the watering place. Probably only make it just in time, funnily enough. Well. Another quest gate. The purple flag is the only one online to cast that. Notably though, they haven't actually captured this shipyard here, which is interesting. So, swarm of acids. Let's also defeat Malathi. So we're going to open up quite a lot of maps soon. But now's the time. Let's do it. Let's take on this woman. Apparently we just automatically lose the fight. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. First we're going to be casting Forgetfulness. Oh yes. And then we're going to wait. The clone comes out and ravages the Sentinel automatons, but that's okay. Gonna wait on those as well. That's not so good. Alright, load the game. Campaign. Battle save. We're just going to do this slight swapsies here, because the engineers are more important. Arguably the Orgoi Korkoi are less important as well. Let's try this formation. Let's try this formation. I'm happy for the Sentinel automatons to absorb that attack, because we can just repair them, right? Forgetfulness, please. Thank you. We shall then wait. So the clone comes out. We're going to smack the automatons. Excellent. I can actually just get out of the way of these. So I will. Haha! Okay, so they then go for the Ghost Dragons, who then retaliate and just kill the clone. Excellent. I'm happy with that result. Let's murder these acids. Everything else is going to start piling out of the fortress. The acids have to go, though. They're going to repair the Sentinel automatons. Look at that. Then they're going to stab as well. Chuck a grenade in for good measure. Now, the Ghost Dragons. Who should they hit? Probably the Oceanids. Because they can, like, murder the stack, pretty much. I think that's reasonable. Like, it sucks to lose Ghost Dragons, but it's going to be a bloody fight in one way or another, right? So we're going to drop the slow. Are we going to drop the slow? I think we kind of have to. Yeah, let's just drop the slow. The alternative is to drop the bless. But, oh yeah, we need to drop the slow. Or do we need to kill this stack before the enemy can move? Alright, let's keep the it does mean taking a hit, though, from the Sea Dogs. That's sort of inevitable, though. If I pull back and attack the acids, I think that's actually what I prefer. Gonna wait here. Prayer. That will mean the the Sea Dogs can close in and just slaughter the Grenadiers, but they're still in melee. She even stands in the moat for good measure. Now I shouldn't attack here. Let's devour the acids though. Oof, yeah. So I sort of knew the Grenadiers were going to have a bad time, frankly. It's time though for the Ghost Dragons to sort of just charge in there. So let's cast Shield. Try to reduce the damage we take in return. We can get double attacks in there with the Orgoi Korkoi. We've already absorbed the retaliation, so we absolutely should get in there. Excellent. Now, the Central Automatons. I think that they should probably be used here. I'm just thinking, how much will the bounty hunters kill? They do. We've got roughly equivalent attack and defense skill, so basically each bounty hunter kills the Sea Dog, a minimum, and then so we're going to kill at least 55. I don't think we're going to go all the way to killing all of them. So let's get the hit in now. That's annoying, this is a half-range shot. Let's pull back with the engineers for a moment. Okay, there's the anti-magic, so she'll get to shoot. So she murders the engineers. Murders them. I should have just gone in for the melee attack. But you know what? I'm happy with at least if long as like there's a throng of engineers, it's enough to repair the automatons. So let's get in there and block. Actually, what's her speed? 12. Let's use Mass Haste. Yes, this allows us to get some nice solid attacks in on the sorceresses. Let's charge in there. There we go. So it wasn't the cleanest of fights. Certainly a lot of Ghost Dragons died this day. And the Grenadiers, they were going to die anyway, let's be honest. As soon as you bring halflings to a fight, they're dead. But we got the engineers, half the engineers survived, which is enough. We keep the automaton power stack so we can actually still do the repair shenanigans. But now we've eliminated Rotunda, which now means, of course, we can go through places like this quest gate, or this here, which will allow reinforcements through the Chartreuse 2AC portal. Either way, though, this video's gone on long enough. Thank you for watching. When we come back next time, more heroes of Might and Magic 3.